Am I the asshole for not allowing my daughter to spend Christmas with me and my new family? I, 46 female, I'm the mother of a 24 years old woman from my first marriage and 12 and 10 years old boys from my second marriage. When I was married to my first husband, he was unemployed almost all our marriage. We lived in a house his father owned. His father paid our bills. He bought us a car we drove. He sent my husband money to take care of our family, etc. I was young, stupid, and in love. This is my only excuse for living like that. When my daughter turned 5, I started pushing my husband to work. I got myself a job. He didn't want to. Things escalated and ended up in us getting divorced. Yeah, okay. Basically, like, rushed into life, took someone that might not have been, like, checking all the boxes, and that ended. I got full custody while I got visitation every he got full custody while I got visitation every other Saturday. His dad hired a good lawyer. I couldn't do that. He also had to pay child support. Yeah, for sure. You had a job, he didn't, so you pay. And he's the one taking care of the kids. It's very rare that a court of law will, like, go that way, but fair. I used to work a full-time and 2 part-time job to afford my 1-bedroom apartment, as well as a child support payment. A year after our divorce, my ex married a new woman. There was a lot of child alienation from them. Sadly, I couldn't afford to take them to court again. By the time my daughter turned 14, she was calling me by name and calling her stepmom mom. I tried my best to hold on to my kid. I went to all the events I could go through. I planned fun days with the limited funds I had. And when I couldn't afford to turn on the heat, I still made sure to get her a Christmas gift. She tried hard. Sadly, by the time she turned 16, she no longer wanted to have anything to do with me. I took them to court, but they did nothing. And the last time I saw her, she said some very awful things to me. I was defeated, but I decided that I no longer had a daughter. Like, honestly, at some point, if your kid do not even want you to be her parent, like, you can't force someone to love you. Even if you made that someone, you know? So, I moved away, met a good man, married him, and had 2 wonderful kids. Last year, my daughter reached out. She was sorry. She said that she wanted to reconnect. I was hesitant and resentful, but I still talk with her once a week. There. Recently? How recently? Last year, okay. Suddenly, she asked if she could spend Christmas with us. She wanted to get to know her brothers. I told her that we were not in a stage where I could allow that. It got heated, but I told her that I could not trust her with my kids. And then I was still not 100% sure that I wanted our relationship to become more. She says that I'm the asshole, that I'm punishing her for things that she had no control over, that I know what she told me and how she reacted to me was a direct result of her father's manipulation. Am I the asshole? Oh, here's the thing. She was totally in her right to push you away from her life. And by that point, I don't know how honest she is through that, okay? But you are still in a situation where now it's to you to decide what's gonna happen with that. Like, she reached out, and you may be still in a place in your life where you're like, no, I'm not ready for this. And if she can't respect that, like, that's her loss. If you're really important for her, she's gonna respect your decision. Since an ice predator brought it to my attention, my kids are adopted. She is my only biological child. I am just used to saying that I had kids. They are technically my late sister-in-law's children. Sister-in-law. Okay. So she was like a hunt by marriage, but then she died, so they took the kids. But I raised them for these last 7 years. Honestly, I'm totally on with Hopi here. As in, she got pushed away from the life of the kid, I get it, it's complicated, but at that point, like, it's OP's decision to decide like if she's ready to have her back into her life or not. And she moved away, meaning that she will probably have to keep the person for a little bit longer. Sounds a bit like your dad's story. Like, I know what you mean, as in like, once your kid decide that you are not her kids, your kid, they are not your kid anymore. If you get to just accept that, at that point after that, it's your place to decide who comes back into your life. So I'm very sorry. Like, I know people will call her the asshole. It's you do not have to accept to have her in that party. It's your decision at that point. But no matter what's gonna happen after that, you will have to live with the consequences of your decision. That's just still a fact. So yeah, the only thing I can get here is, yeah, the dad's the asshole. But I think it's a very complicated one. There's some part missing in that, but honestly, OP still took the time to explain where she felt like she was problematic in the situation as well. Like, it's not as a perfect picture as we usually have in Am I the Asshole? So I'm fair for that part. Like, if you're not okay to have her for Christmas, say that you still need to build up kind of a relationship before we go through that. Like, she did not choose her kid. And her kid decided, like, choose that she was not good enough when she was 16, so I feel like there's a lot of grievance, there's a lot of like hurt in that situation, and they are not close to be able to fix it. They have to work on some stuff around there. At 16, you're not a child anymore, but like, you're still a teenager. Like, I remember I said shit to my parents when I was in my late teens. So, I don't know how to say that. Like, there's stuff you say that you don't think. I told to my own parent that I was not wanted, but they still had two failed pregnancy before me. Like, they tried hard to get their first child, and then there was me. So if I was not wanted, god damn, they sure tried a lot for someone that was not wanted, you know. So yeah, it's a one that like leaves me on the fence, but for now I can totally agree that OP has the ball in her court. That's her decision in the end, and let's hope her girl will be able, or her daughter will be able to accept the decision no matter what it is.